How do you see this issue playing out with this jury? Do you think this is going to be something that they might struggle with?
Well, yes, because it's kind of the crux of the justification for stopping him and the use of deadly force in self-defense, right? But whether or not it is, believable or how much time they'll spend on it, it's anybody's guess. I think that, in reality, um, uh, Linda Dunikoski did an incredible job at addressing this, particularly in her rebuttal. And when the defense is literally lighting their hair on fire to get you to stop talking about it, her arguments are making sense and they're landing well. I mean, these were like incredibly well thought out arguments that were landing well. The defense's interpretation of this law and argument of this law to the jury was very strained. And so I think that when you have to, the proverb, usually the simplest explanation is the correct explanation. I think that is what we're seeing here, played out in front of us, that we have a very simple explanation that this crime must have been in your presence and it must have been immediately happening in order for you to do this. So I think that she did a great job explaining it to the jury today.
Yeah, she really did. I couldn't agree with you more, Christa. And that statute essentially is saying, and this is the words directly from statute, the offense has to be committed in his presence or within his immediate knowledge. And that's a place where I always felt like the defense is going to struggle here with this, because we know no crime was committed in their presence, and we know, especially from Gregory McMichael's statement to law enforcement, not within their immediate knowledge. Anything that was learned about all of this was, after the fact here. And so I think this is going to be really, really tricky and tough to get around for this defense team. Tell me, at the end of the day, Christa, it seems like all of these attorneys on both sides have left no stone unturned. They can all be applauded for, it seems like, doing everything they can think of under the sun to advocate for their respective positions. When you are in trial and in a case like this that is so meaningful and high profile, what more can you really ask for than just giving it your very best?
Well, that's it. I'm actually in trial right now. We're dark this week. And, I know this battle that they're going through right now. And it is a battle. You never know what's going to happen on the other side. And you have to go in knowing every piece of evidence, not relying on someone else to look at the evidence for you is a mistake. You need to have a good understanding of how you're going to present your case, and you have to be relentless. And that's what we've seen here. We've seen, whether or not you like I said earlier, whether or not you like how they presented their case or the arguments that they've made, they are doing what they're supposed to do. But, I think at the end of the day, what we have here is, when the cops stop you, after it's all said and done, well, I don't know what he was doing, but he was running. There was a black man running in my neighborhood. Whatever you find out later, you can't change that fact. You had no business stopping him. And I think that really, the evidence really came out today. And I think that put together today, that came to a nice conclusion today in terms of the presentation. So well done.
Right.